Hey guys, it's Carson, and today I'm gonna ramble a little bit about this topic, almost a philosophy that I follow. I maybe created, I don't know. I'm not gonna say for sure that I created it because I don't know every philosophy out there, but I call it the red frosted sprinkled donut philosophy. And I'm gonna go into A, what that means, B, how I apply it to just life in general, C, how I apply it to writing, and D, how it personally has affected my life. So what is the red frosted sprinkled donut philosophy? Well, there's an image. I think I found it on Pinterest years ago. I don't even know where I would find it to put it in this video, but there's an image of children and they asked preschoolers what they wanted to be when they grow up. And they gave the standard answers of doctors and lawyers and dentists and my mom. And one kid said he wanted to be a red frosted sprinkled donut. And it made me think about why these kids say they want to be these certain things. Why do these kids want to be lawyers and doctors and dentists and firemen? Why do they want to be these heroes? And why are other things heroes to them, being their mother, being their teacher, these people that maybe don't get as much credit as others, they still want to be. So I started thinking about why I want to be what I want to be. I want to be a professor, and the people around me, why they want to do what they want to do. And I realized that a lot of people my age and older and younger, you know, my generation, look at society and say, I have to make money, or I have to be successful, or people need to know who I am, I need to be famous. And they're making these decisions for the wrong reasons. When a preschooler says that he wants to be a doctor, he doesn't want to be a doctor because of the paycheck. He wants to be a doctor so that he can help people and fix people, make their boo-boos go away. When a kid says he wants to be a lawyer, it's not because you have flexible hours and he can take whatever clients he wants. He wants to be a lawyer so he can put the bad guys in jail. He can be a superhero and he can save the day. That's why they're choosing to be who they're choosing to be. So I decided that I want to be a red frosted sprinkled donut. I want to do what I want to do because I love it, and not because it's going to make me a lot of money or people are going to know my name or I'm going to be famous in some circles. So that's where the philosophy came from this preschooler, and he inspired me. So I started implementing it in my own life, especially in regards to school. And when you're in college, you see a lot of people who are there because they're forced to be there, because their parents make them go, because they didn't see that they had any other options. And you see a lot of people in majors that they chose because they didn't know anything else was out there, or there's jobs in this market, not because they feel some amount of passion for that. For me, passion is the most important thing. Why would you do something if you didn't feel passionate about it? So when I started living my life as an adult, and I know that sounds funny, but you don't really start living your life until you're not in your parents' house all the time and you're not in the rigid high school setting. When you go to college and you really start making decisions that not only affect you for the next 4 years of your life, but your entire life. Not saying that you can't go back to school, of course, and change some of those decisions, but some of those decisions are permanent and you'll have to live with that forever. You start making these decisions, and maybe not everybody, but I personally wanted to know why I was making those decisions and what was leading me to choose the path that I was choosing for myself. And I think that this philosophy helped me a lot with that, and just made me think about whether or not the decision was personal for me and the best choice for me, or if I was making it because of outside influences, because my friends thought it was cool, or I knew somebody in the major. Like I said, there's gonna be jobs, money, fame, whatever it is. I think honing in on your inner preschooler, making those decisions because you love that, or you think you'd be really good at it and enjoy doing it for the rest of your life, or because you just feel called to it. You may not even be really good at it, whatever it is. You may just feel like that is where you need to be. That is living as a red frosted sprinkled donut, in my opinion. So moving on to C, how to apply this for writing. I think that when you want to be an author, which I've already said, I want to be a professor, but I would love to be an author as well. That's always been a dream of mine. I would love to be an author. It would be a dream come true to be able to write during the day, or to write as a career, to have people read my stories. That would be amazing. But I don't think that living a red frosted sprinkled donut life means that you can't have a 9-to-5 job, same as everybody else. You don't have to be an artist or do crazy things that are super out of the norm. It just has to be a personal decision for you. So when you're looking at your writing, why are you writing what you're writing? Why did you pick that genre? Why did you pick that group of characters? Why is your main character the way your main character is? Is your main character without flaws? When you look at these men, especially men, but we'll get to women, but when you're looking at men in writing, they are perfect. They're sculpted, physically fit, tall, handsome. They've got that brooding eye thing down. And I don't know about everybody else in the world, I could be completely alone on this. I have never met an actual human being like these men in books. I wish I would. I probably would swoon, just like the heroines in books, but I never have. So why are we writing them? Why are we writing these people? Because we think that this is who we should be liking, or who people should be? Why don't we just write regular people? And you look at heroines who are quiet and they let out breaths that they didn't know they were holding, and they're beautiful, but they don't know they're beautiful. They find out they're beautiful later. Those aren't people. You don't ever have this moment when you look in the mirror your senior year of high school and say, oh my God, that boy asked me out on a date and suddenly I'm gorgeous. Who knew? Nobody has ever had that moment. Not a real human being, at least, that I've met. Please let me know down in the comments if you know this person. These characters that we create, why do we create them like that? Like society's perfection. You don't need to create them like that. You just need to have actual people. Because I want to read about actual people. People that get zits and have bad hair days and go to wear that shirt, but their shirt is dirty, so they borrow something, it has a big stain on it, they don't know until they get where they need to go. Those are the people I want to read about. The people that mess up and spill things and trip and break things and are just not good at things. Because there are things that everybody isn't good at. And I feel like we don't get enough characters who aren't good at things. That's what I have to say about characters. And again, think about your settings, about where they go. I mean, if you have a character that's really into art, maybe they should go to museums or art stores or to a park to draw or paint. They don't need to go just to high school and to home and to a friend's house. Think about the individual things that make a person who a person is, and then think about what that person, that character that you're creating, not specifically you, but think about that character as a person and what makes that character a red frosted sprinkled donut. Because if we're writing about the ideal society and the people that we want in that society, then I want red frosted sprinkled donuts. I want people doing what they love and excelling at what they love. Because if you love it, if you're passionate about it, if you put in the work to be good at it, you will be amazing. You will be successful. There's no doubt about it. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You will succeed if you love it and you're passionate about it and you work hard at it. That's the key to success. And that's coming from a 20-year-old. So if that's not the key to success, future me apologizes for giving you bad advice. Just putting that out there. So that's how it applies to my writing. Personally, to me, if you want to see a real life example, then I'll share my example and how I live as a red frosted sprinkled donut. First of all, I'm in the humanities. Nobody's in the humanities anymore. Well, obviously there are. But when I tell people I'm an English major or I'm a history major, I get so many, oh, yeah, oh, I'm not in STEM, I'm not in business or math or engineering. I'm an English major. I read and I write papers, and that's not something that people value as much as maybe before they did. I don't know, I can only speak to my generation, but it's something that is almost looked down upon because, you know, it's going to be hard to find a job, or you're not going to make a lot of money, or how are you going to use that in life later? I'm gonna get a job and I'm gonna have an income and I'm going to survive because I'm doing what I love. And I made that decision because it is what I love. It is what I'm passionate about. And I know that because I'm passionate about it, I'm going to do something great with it. I have no choice. It's my passion. So I came in as an English major in college, and then I quickly added on my history double major. I knew that I wanted to do history as well. And then I took a history class. It was amazing. It was called the Early Middle Ages, and I realized that I love medieval history. So I added on medieval studies as a minor. And when I say that to people, they say, oh, that's interesting, but not useful. Well, to each his own, right? It's interesting and useful to me, I think. A, because my book that I'm writing, Valor, is based on medieval history. So all of these classes that I'm taking help me write that book, help me with research. But there are tons of things that you could do as a medieval scholar. And I chose to follow my passion in that moment because I know that it's not as helpful as maybe a psych minor would be, or a math minor, maybe a Spanish minor. Nope, medieval studies. That's what I chose. I'm sticking with it. And then you look at English, and most people that follow English, you know, they're kind of split. Some people are English scholars and they read works during a certain time period, you know, maybe Victorian literature or American literature. I chose the other path, and that's writing. Creative writing is my concentration, and obviously I love to write. That's what this channel is about. That's what I talk about. I adore writing. I think that it is a great escape, and it's also a great anchor to reality. Everything that you write is putting a little piece of you onto paper, and it's not for everybody, and I'm not saying that it is for everybody, but it's definitely for me. So I decided to have that as my concentration, and I take creative writing classes the same way someone would take British literature classes. And I love it. I'm so happy doing it. People, again, you get so much criticism for being a red frosted sprinkle donut. People don't get it. People don't understand why you're doing something that doesn't seem to have a logical, rational reason. But it does have a logical, rational reason. I'm sorry, those were tongue twisters. It's because you love it. That's enough reason. And I know I'm rambling, and I've said, because you love it, a million times, and I'm sorry if that's irritating to you, but I just wanted to film a video on this because it's how I live my life. I think it's an amazing way to live your life, and I think that it's so helpful for kids, especially high schoolers who don't know what they want to do, or college kids that don't know what they want to do, to see someone close to your age who is kind of given the finger to society and all of the rules and regulations and reasons that they find are suitable for doing something. And just do it because you love it, because you want to. We don't do a lot of things because we want to do them. We do a lot of things because we have to do them. But picking what you're gonna do for the rest of your life, but writing what you wanna write, do it because you want to. Write what you want to write. Do what you want to do, because you're not going to get very many choices when you get to choose what you want instead of what you have to do. So take those choices. Anyway, I think I'm going to close out this video. If you have any specific questions about this philosophy that I've kind of coined, please leave them down below in the comments, and I would definitely make another video on that if that's something that you would be interested in, answering your questions and maybe developing this further with you guys. This is something that kind of just stayed in my brain for the last couple of years and has guided some of my decisions, but I've never really voiced what it actually is or what it's about until now. So I would love to flesh it out more with you. If you guys have questions or you want to talk about it, please leave them down below in the comments and I will definitely answer them, maybe in a whole video. If you like what you see here and you want more writing videos, book videos, and just life rants, please subscribe down below. I would love to have you here. I would love for you to be a red frosted sprinkle donut with me. So I will see you guys next time in my next video.